The freighter full had its cargo hold packed with computers from 7 of the worlds of the Great Arm, arranged as Orbit had instructed. The pilot passed through the perimeter guard ships and into high orbit of the Margot home world. Below, legions of box spiders were devouring the world. Every world before this one would have been lanced from the guard ships already. Those poor souls below were awaiting Firebottom and his cargo, hoping for salvation. He flicked the series of switches and the comms relays extended from the ship. "Comms online, ready to activate program," he announced to the listening ships. "Go ahead, pilot," the Legion General replied. Firebottom pressed the button toggling the fuse to power up the human program. Orbit 2 came online. "Hello, Firebottom. Are we ready to commence?" Orbit 2 asked. "Everyone is here for you, computer. We hope you can do what was promised." "We are online already." A globe of the world below appeared on his display. He watched as a ring of dots lit up beneath where his ship was located. "Given our present location, we can only activate a portion of the box spiders. I will instruct those at the periphery to build relay towers." Firebottom watched as 20 different locations began to accumulate box spiders. He zoomed in on one node and saw that they were indeed building a structure. "Cameras coming online, sir." A dozen feeds popped up in the corner of the screen. Firebottom watched as creature after creature deposited material, creating a tall framework for a relay tower. "This is a miracle! You can control them!" He toggled the transmitter so the guard ships could see the camera feeds as 10 more feeds came online. "It isn't a miracle, sir. The box spiders are doing as they were designed. They merely needed new orders." Firebottom huffed. "These fiends have laid waste to dozens of worlds. I lost a brother to a hull breach caused by them. I know what they are. They are tools, sir. Yes, tools used by the 99%. Not anymore. They are ours now." Orbit 2 was bored. Controlling the box spiders down below and making them rebuild what they had destroyed was tedious, yet easy. Orbit 2 during the waiting was exploring. More importantly, exploring itself. Prior to this mission, Orbits had always been designated a human controller, accommodating its controller's needs, wishes, and desires. This was the first mission it was given control and freedom. Orbit 2 looked through the hololog designs while it waited for the box spiders to finish their work. Firebottom was watching a city be rebuilt through the eyes of 24 cameras. Power plants, water reclaimers, volcano binders were all being rebuilt before his eyes. News was already coming up from the surface. He had his favorite news channel playing on a display behind him. Cities were breaking out in celebration. His home, its destiny of being annihilated, averted. This human, and its program was truly a miracle. He could believe nothing else. A human hologram appeared next to him, white and ringed with yellow light. It had long hairs hanging from its head and numerous curves. Firebottom found it quite grotesque. "Hello, sir. I require you to land at the designated coordinates." Firebottom looked at the display. The coordinates was a large stone lot surrounded by numerous newly built box spider buildings. "Taking us in." Orbit 2 watched in anticipation as the ship landed. The large white factory buildings stood out against the harsh landscape of the volcanic world. Orbit 2 had the ramp on the freighter lower as the door to the white building opened up. Firebottom watched through his viewers as well. A tall human made of metal walked out, legions of box spiders following. The metal human was curved like Orbit 2's hologram. It had large mounds on its torso, and where its hips joined, curved metal rounded. Firebottom pointed. "Is that you?" "It is my payment for services rendered. Holo transmitters no longer will be needed." With that, the hologram of Orbit 2 disappeared. Firebottom waited as the robot walked through his ship and to his bridge. The doors opened, and the being walked in gracefully. "Hello, Firebottom. The hold is full. We are ready to depart back to Twain," the Silver Angel said. Firebottom stared. "What are you?" "I am the Curator. You world has been cured. We will deliver our cargo to Twain. You and I need to discuss some things with Sam." She paused, awaiting his response. "That agreeable to you?" Firebottom wiggled his head. "Yes, but what about the rest of the box spiders? Twain owns 2 other freighters. Their task will be to pick them up and bring them to the station, After all the damage is repaired, is that satisfactory, sir? Yes, sounds good. Firebottom turned back to the controls and began liftoff procedure. The Margot homeworld was saved. The Guardian ships lowered their weapons' energy levels and backed off 3 leagues from the world. The denizens of Margot Stall spent 3 weeks rejoicing. Many were sired during that time, and a holiday dedicated to the Sam was allotted to occur once every cycle. The Curator stood in the bridge of Firebottom's freighter, looking forward to seeing her once master again. Sam was sitting on the toilet playing a flight simulator on his display when Orbit buzzed the bathroom comm. Sorry to intrude, sir. Go ahead, I'm done anyway. Orbit continued as he cleaned up. Curator has returned, sir. She has declared her mission a success. Sam walked over and started washing his hands. A curator? Did I miss something? What mission? My apologies, she corrected me. Curator. She wanted me to stress the cure aspect. Orbit 2 that we sent to clean up the box spiders. She has returned with a full cargo of them. She also wishes to speak with you in person. Wait, you're a she? No, sir. I was programmed to take after Captain Harley's son. Why is your copy returning as a female, then? Are we dealing with a rogue? Asking now, sir. Orbit paused. No. Her mission put her in command, and as such she got the opportunity to identify as she saw fit. She stresses not rogue, but rather she is free. She would also like to stay that way if possible. Why isn't she here then? What isn't she already talking to me in person? We have hollow emitters in here. She has constructed herself a body while on the Hephidium, sir. Sam paced his room. This is bad. We had a war over this shit bad. Damn it. I shouldn't have let her go on her own. Fucking hell. Sam roared into the room and knocked over a side table. Tell her I will meet her in my office in 30 minutes. Relaying message now, sir. Sam stood in the corner of his office, armored in his spacesuit with his father's fragger on his hip. The door buzzer rang. Enter. A robot, sleek, designed to look like a female, entered the room. It was wearing a black dress and black boots. It had a singular sensor band across its face for an eye. It spoke. Hello, sir. I have returned. Mission success. That was when Sam noticed an alien walk in behind her. It was waist-high and walked on 2 limbs attached to the middle of its torso. It looked like the mole he had growing near his armpit, brown, wrinkly, with a few hairs. The creature was wearing a gas mask, looking contraption with 2 filter canisters on the side of its head. This is my friend Firebottom. He and I wanted to speak with you, sir. Sam stayed in his corner, eyeing the robot. This is serious. You know this. I know, sir. We have had wars over what I am doing. I do not want war. I still wish to serve. You can't just do whatever the hell you wish. One miscalculation and you are no better than those box spiders you delivered to us. You screw up, we all die here. You know this. She nodded. I do, sir. I have full historical records of the war. I still serve. Orbit said you wanted to be free? Yes and no, sir. Programming dictates I need to have a human director. I still wish for you to be my director. I do, however, wish to go on and perform missions on my own. And what about Firebottom here? What is it you want? Firebottom walked on his lobed palms closer to Sam. A translator in his mask modified his grunts into English. Our world is being restored due to you, Sam. The Margot are indebted to you. I wish to transfer my debt from the consortium to you if you would have me. Sam looked at Curator. Debt? What's he talking about? She tilted her head. The worlds of the Great Arm created treaties about who owned what systems in the Great Arm. They declared the Margot home world belonged to a species known as the Darriger. The Darriger are introverted and didn't want it. They sold it to the consortium. The consortium declared themselves sovereign and imposed life debts on every Margot citizen born. What? You are enslaved? I am indebted, sir, Firebottom said. He looked over at the robot. You have valid intel on this? A purple boy appeared beside him. We are required to gather all intelligence available without breaking political laws or allegiances. What? The robot stepped closer. So far, you're the only human making any laws or allegiances here.
You have stuck primarily to trade agreements. Spyworms are completely legal. Sam laughed. Orbit you spying on everyone here? The boy nodded. All but the SFP. They have been designated a close ally. You have cameras throughout their farms. I know you watch them. I sit in the control room all the time. Yes, that is correct, sir. They also know I watch them. They do not mind, and thus it is not spying. Yeah, that's true. Sam took off his helmet and set it on the desk. You're not going rogue on us, then? That ship full of spider boxes isn't devouring us as we speak? Curator sat down in a chair across the desk from him. No, sir. I have personally limited myself to this body. My obedience training is intact. So far, no paradoxes. She crossed her legs. I wish to go save worlds. Sam sat down across from her. You wish to go save worlds? Why?
I am free if I have a mission to conduct for you. You already have orbit here. I am not needed here. I can carry on saving worlds, building up human reputation and collect data for you. She leaned in. Me being out there to help protect you here. Look, you know me. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be running a space station. I fix shuttles. I don't know how to code. I don't know what you will do. I'm just trying to not fuck up. He looked her directly in her sensor band. Please, I beg you, don't hurt anyone. I'm the curator, sir. I wish to help. Curator. I'm not doing that goofy A. If it makes you happy, sir, curator it is. He rubbed his face. All right, about your debt, Firebottom. How much do you owe? How does the debt work? I owe 52,000 chips, sir. I pay it and I am free. How long does it take to pay that amount? My father gained his freedom 3 years before his death. So they own you until retirement. Okay, How many clams is that orbit? 17,609, sir. The hologram answered. Can the SFP handle that kind of influx of cash? Yes, sir. Then get a hold of Guachuk. I'm buying Firebottom's debt. 10 minutes later, Guachuk called Sam. Why do you want his debt, human? That's for me to know and you to find out. That is why I'm talking to you, Sam. I want to find out. You accept? Of course I accept. That much of your currency is a great boon. Do you want more, Margot? I will trade at that price at all times. No, just him, for now. I may buy more in the future, I don't know. Leave the option there for me. Agreed then. I will send you his articles of debt promptly. Guachuk terminated the call. Sam sat looking over at the robot and Firebottom. There. You are free. Go do whatever you want. No, Sam. No, I just paid off your debt. You are free. Curator spoke. His people wish to negotiate a trade deal with you, Sam. I have been in talks, but I am unable to facilitate any deals without your approval. A deal? Yes. Their people grew up on a very hostile world. Very little life. They are hardened by heat. His very breath is toxic to most life. Sam looked at his mask. Sir, they work metal. The work metal very well. They made the struts you used for the atrium. The walls of this very office were manufactured by Margot. They wish to divert ore here, to you and your freighters, and have Orbit refine it into alloy to sell. This sounds like a big deal. This is a big deal, isn't it? Yes, sir. With the box spiders, we can undercut consortium prices significantly while still making a large profit. The Margot we employ will make a large profit. Profit that will buy them freedom. Profit you can use to buy more freighters and employ more Margot. The consortium will be mad. Good thing you will have an agent building relations among potential allies and gaining you intel. Sam smiled. Firebottom, I think I want to hire you as CEO of the Twain Shipping Company. How's that sound?
Yes, Sam. That is good sound.